And welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be flying out the F4U-4B Corsair. This plane is one of my new favorites, and one of the main selling points on this plane, as you can see here, are the guns. They have great range and velocity, they hit extremely hard, and there's plenty of ammo. These guns are absolutely disgusting. And the Corsair isn't just a plane that has good guns but awful flight performance. The airframe is great too. At lower altitudes, you are one of the fastest props at 5.7 and can keep up with most German fighters in a dogfight, the exception being the Ta-H. The 4B Corsair almost flies itself for you. All you have to do is not make any stupid mistakes and know how to aim these guns, which isn't that hard to do anyway, and you are going to be having a very fun time with this plane. Before we get into the actual gameplay of the video, I just want to show some more clips of the Corsair's guns. It's almost therapeutic watching bombers go down in one burst from a kilometer away, and it's very satisfying to make enemy fighters explode. I would see this thing staying at 5.7 if it had 50 cals, but I wouldn't be surprised if this thing moved up in BR because of its killing power. The Corsair is also great at reversals since it has good high-speed control, good roll, good energy retention, and great guns. You can get away with turning the tables on your enemy. This plane, as you'd expect, is also great at head-ons. The guns make it very easy to spray from 2 kilometers and pull off. As on how I'd play this thing, I try and push head-ons and catch people off guard with these guns by using stealth belts and shooting from farther away than most. I prefer more of a boom and zoom style of attacking, but I haven't felt more comfortable in the Corsair than any other plane when I'm setting up for reversals if like an enemy has an altitude advantage on me. This plane in a nutshell essentially is very easy to fly, and it feels absolutely criminal at 5.7. As you can see here, I'm just mindlessly pitching up for this 109, spraying my guns, and he doesn't have enough speed to dodge, and one hit, his plane gets blown apart. There's just nothing he can do. Okay, moving on to the gameplay. We have a 190 above us, but I am a bit faster at this altitude. And with this plane, I really like to take head-ons, and so I take one of them as he's not really like pitching to me yet. I just missed though, and I just got under his guns. A bit close there, but I'm alive, aren't I? Now I'm turning towards the 109 as the 190 is leaving, and I'm going to have enough time before that 190 gets here to attack the 109 and get a shot off on him. 109 pushes a head-on, wins it, and now he is not really looking at me. So I'm able to get a pretty quick shot, and now I have to help my teammate who has a 190 on the 6. The other 190 pulled off of me, so I don't have to worry about him. I tell my teammate to turn back left and up. He listens, and I pitch up for the 190. He's oblivious of me. I get a pretty quick burst in, and I take his plane apart. And now I just level off. So now I'm just kind of scanning the target, scanning the horizon for targets, and the 190 above me doesn't really seem to be paying attention, I guess. He seems to be very slow, and I'm catching him easily here. So I tell my team that I'm going to attack. And with these guns, you can pitch up and just shoot from like 1.3 kilometers and kill people. It's extremely stupid. These guns are ridiculous. So I pitch up here, and he seems to be pretty much AFK, stalled out, and I shoot from 1 kilometer and I take his tail off. So fast forwarding a bit here, there are 3 bombers above me, and the Tu-2 is the closest, so I can just kind of pitch up for him pretty freely. I start shooting at point 8. I take his wing off. Yami 264, Jay's out, he doesn't want these hands. And so now I'm just kind of turning back left to go kill the last 264. There's something very therapeutic about killing bombers with these guns. You can just kind of like one-shot them from over a kilometer away, and it feels great. The Tu-2 goes down. I pitch up. Start shooting from a kilometer, and there goes his left wing. Absolutely disgusting guns. So that is 6, and here are my squad's results and my rewards if you're curious. Also, I know I haven't really been posting any videos lately, and I apologize for that, but the lack of videos is because I've been trying out for the squadron series, as you can see from the scoreboard here. Moving on to the next match, this is a 7-kill game, and the first kill here is just me pitching up for a 264. So I point my wings perpendicular to the bomber's wings so that my guns will all converge on one spot. I shoot and draw a line, and the 264's wing comes off. So after killing a bomber here, I am pushing towards a Focke-Wulf 190. I have plenty of speed for the head-on. And he is not pitching towards me yet, so I'm assuming that I'm going to have a free shot here. He starts pitching towards me, but he has no room to be doing this, and I take his wing off. Fast forwarding just a bit here, I am below a Yak 3U, but I have plenty of speed for a head-on again, so I push it. He also pushes it, and he commits way too much, and I blow his plane apart, just dodging his rounds. So now I'm just kind of flying around, looking for targets. I'm asking my teammate if he's okay with that, I think it was a Yak 3, and he says he's fine, so I pitch down and go for the furball. One of the only weaknesses on this plane is the fact that its engine overheats a lot. This is me like with full radiators in a dive without WEP, and it will still be red. So I push ahead on with the Focke-Wulf 190, I just miss, but I have plenty of speed to continue down and go for either the Yak 3 or the LA9. I choose the LA9 because the Yak 3 is already damaged. Just under leading here, I'm just over leading here, but third shot's the charm. I take his plane apart, he was oblivious. The Yak 3 starts turning back towards me, but has nowhere near enough energy to pitch up. And I just do a high yo-yo, come back down on him. Take a couple shots. I send him back to the hangar. My teammate actually severely damaged him before this, my squad mate. And I probably should have died here because of that HE-162, but he didn't choose me as a target. There goes my turn, just miss. I don't have the AOA to pull for that. So now I'm in range easily with these guns, but the HE-162 is a small target, my aim is on point this game, and I am missing. Focke-Wulf comes in, I dodge just in time, and my teammate in the P-38K is going to be able to take care of him. So after a bit of climbing here, I end up above the HE-162, and since he's going for the Bearcat below me, he is completely oblivious of me. So I gain a bunch of speed in the dive here, and I'm going to easily be able to catch him. And I get severe damage. That's probably me taking his tail off or taking his engine out. I believe it may have been both. So now I'm just kind of turning back around and just tapping to finish the job. So after a bit of climbing here, I find myself below an HE-177 with only 60 rounds left of ammo, and I'm going to be trying to aim for an engine here. Pitch up. I'm not waiting to fire. After critting his left wing, I go back for the last shot and I take his tail off. And it is 7. Moving on to the next game. This is just a game where me and my team absolutely destroy the enemy team within like 2 minutes. So I start off by diving on a Dosu 17, take his wingtip off, and I just can't pull enough lead for the second burst, but he will be going down anyway. And I kind of do a monkey brain move here by going head on vertical with a 109K, but it ends up working. Luckily I don't sustain any severe damage, while he does, and he enters a flat spin. He's not going to be pulling out of that. Neither is the bomber down there, and that'll be 2 kills. Skipping forward a bit here, we have a C205 and a Focke-Wulf 190 below me. And the C205 doesn't see my teammate behind him, so I give him a quick head on. I miss, but my teammate doesn't. And now I am diving on a Focke-Wulf 190. My other teammate in the Corsair takes his wing off. He tells me go for it because he got severe damage. I only get a hit in, but that's okay. I will get an assist. So I turn towards the Focke-Wulf 190, but I'm also contemplating making a pass on the TU2. I'm going to be able to before the Focke-Wulf 190 gets even close to us. My teammate makes a pass, I make a pass, he gets a crit, and I finish him off. Now we both turn towards the Focke-Wulf 190. He can't head on us both. Well, we can. So he's going to have to choose one of us. He chooses my teammate, and my teammate saws his wing off. Since he severely damaged him, he tells me to go for it, which I do. And we both get the credit for it.
Engaging the enemy. Victory is near.
Moving on, this is just a quick 3K on a desert map. So I start out by going for the Focke-Wulf at high altitude. I shallow dive to gain speed for a head-on. Pitch up, shoot a couple of rounds, he dodges, shoot a couple more rounds because he's not firing yet, and I get an engine fire, and he will be going down. This plane is absolutely amazing at head-ons. So since there's no other enemies at high altitude and it's also a small match, I'm going to go for the Focke-Wulf 190 and the 109Z below me. So I pitch in for the 109Z since he's climbing. He's a bit too slow to dodge. I get a pretty easy shot and take his tail off. And now I can loop back up rather than looping down because this plane does compress a bit since it did get its flight model changed a while ago. I loop back up. I stop weapon to cool my engine off, and I have plenty of altitude over this guy. So now I will catch him. I'm just gonna chase him down. I line up a shot since he's not really moving, and I blow his plane apart from 1.1 kilometers. Going to the last game of the match, we have a 109 in front of us, and I'm going to have plenty of speed to push your head on here. So I spray, I create his wingtip, and I pull off. Not many planes have a big chance of going head on and winning with you, since these guns are so fast and do so much damage. You can just spray in the head on for a couple of seconds at like 2 kilometers, and just pull off, and they can't do anything about it. The 109 unfortunately ends up going down to another teammate since I didn't severely damage him, but an assist is fine with me. And so now I'm just kind of moving towards the Spitfire. He's too slow. He doesn't really seem to be paying attention, which allows me a pretty easy shot. I take his wing off and its tail off. And now I'm just diving towards the rest of the enemies, and I see a K-84 on my left. I push ahead on with him. Just miss. This guy is pretty tough to hit all game. He was a pretty good pilot. And so I can afford to stay in this turn fight with the K-84 for a couple of turns. But unfortunately, the F8F was in my blind spot, and I wasn't really paying attention to him, and he gets a pretty good hit here on me. Luckily, it's nothing too critical, and the F8F risked all of that for one shot, and he ends up stalling in front of the Spitfire's guns. So now I'm turning back towards the other Spitfire, who's lower than me. He's not paying attention to me. Give me an easy shot. I take his plane apart. A6M5 dies in the background, and now I'm back on the K-84's tail. Even though I'm damaged here, I will be catching him.
Victory is near.
The 109 is also a bit worrying. However, he goes full commit head-on with an F82, and so he's going to be occupied with him for a while. K-84 split S's, giving me a shot. However, I just can't hit him. And yet again, I can afford to turn with him for 1 or 2 turns. However, it's just not a good idea with a couple of my allies not too close. So I end up running from him. And he's the 30mm variant, so I have to be wary from outside of 1 kilometer shots. So now I'm just turning back around. My engine's overheating. That's just kind of a common occurrence in this plane, even with full rads. But since no one else is around, I can afford to turn back around for the K-84 and chase him up. he goes into the clouds, and I'm expecting that when his name tag disappears, he will turn around. That's exactly what he does. However, he doesn't see me because he is also in the clouds. So I pitch up for the shot. He's dodging the Corsair. And me and my teammate both get a very easy shot and hit him at the same time, and his plane absolutely gets blown apart. Before I end the video, I just want to say that I really appreciate all of the positivity and the feedback that the channel has been getting. I've been growing a lot faster than I thought I would. I just hit 130 subscribers an hour ago, and I just really want to say thank you guys. And that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.